Hey guys, Thunderstud here, and I am finally getting to F.As. I have no idea what that stands for, but they're a brand new archetype to Duel Links, completely new archetype to me, so it's gonna take some learning. They manipulate their levels and gain different effects in doing such, and all of them have the base effect to gain 300 attack times their level. Now, most of the monsters we're using are 4, so that's 300 times 4, which is 1200 base, so they're 1200 monsters. But we have a lot of field spells that also manipulate their level. We have a field spell that manipulates their level by 2 in the main phase, and a field spell that manipulates their level by 2 in the battle phase. So like I said, they gain different effects at different levels. We have Hang On Mock, which I hear is already being completely abused as just a tech in everyday decks, and you'll see why for a moment. Unaffected by activated effects of an opponent's monster whose level is lower than this card's level, so that's why you want to manipulate his level a little higher. When you use an F.A spell or trap, so when you use a field spell, he'll gain another level, and once you're 7 or higher, any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. So that's really, really massive. I mean, that hurts so many decks, you couldn't even begin to name it. So, little malicious monster. And you get him to level 7 really, really easy with level augmentation, or even just these field spells. But level aug, you don't even need the field spells. You just get him straight to 7, sit him on the field. Completely disruptive. Now, another disruptive card is Whip Crosser. Same thing, gains attack. Your opponent must pay 300 life points to activate a monster effect when that monster is lower than this card's level. Each time a trap is, or a spell or trap, an F.A spell or trap is used, he also gets to bump up a level. And once he's level 7, your opponent cannot discard or send cards from their hand to the graveyard to activate a card effect. So it's like Sage kind of thing. People, Blue Eyes couldn't use Sage, stuff like that. The new card, Lightning Vortex, couldn't use stuff like that. Not too crazy. It does have some specific decks it could eat up, but really you just want to start with Mock, because Mock does almost the same thing with banishing from the graveyard. It stops a few others. Not quite the same, but Mock is so strong. And then we have a tuner. We have a level 1 tuner that can special summon by returning their levels to their pure level once they've been modified a bit. And then he'll gain a level determined on the level he got rid of. So it's a little complicated. It'll make more sense when you see it happen. But when he's normal summon or special summon, you also get to add a field spell. So he's an incredibly important card. These two, of course, the super rares. Super important in this archetype. But yeah, it can special summon from your hand or the graveyard, so it's very sticky. Lots of synchros. And then lastly, we have the Sonic Meister. Gains 300, same thing. Same thing when you use a field spell, gains 1. And if it's level 7 or higher, it can make 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. So you could really clear the boards out of your way and finish these duels. So then, like we said, we have 2 field spells. One that gives you levels in the main phase, one that gives you levels in the battle phase. You can destroy them and get searches. You destroy them with your Mystical Space Typhoon, and you get a search. That's essentially all they do. The main phase is defensive, so when you get destroyed, a F.A monster you control gets destroyed, you discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Pretty cool. And then this one's offensive. It gives you levels in the battle phase, and if you destroy a card, or where's that? When your F.A monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you draw 1 card. So, rewards you for destroying, helps you when you get destroyed. Then we have this quick play that's pretty strong. Target F.A monster, increase its level by 2 until the end of this turn. During the main phase, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, so a turn after, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 F.A monster, increase its level by 2 until the end of this turn. So you can only use each effect once. Nice little quick effect. Gain some easy levels on your opponent when they're not realizing. Works out for synchros too, when you really gotta think through the synchros. So we have Vermilion, Harpy Lady, Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, Bryonic, Psyhemoth, and our new Motorhome Transport. It is an F.A monster, gains attack equal to its level. It's level 9. Each time a trap is, spell or trap is used, it gets to gain a level just like all the other FA monsters. And he gains the following effects. When he's 11, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So that's only 2 levels higher than what he is. You can get that in the main phase or battle phase with the spell cards or level AUG if you still have it. Level 13, once per turn you can target one FA monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So you could keep little combos going if you level AUG him, if you were able to make him without level AUG. So, oops, sorry, I was hiding these monsters. So, he's pretty situational, but it can also get pretty strong. You get it to level 11, that's 3300 attack just right there. So, still learning this deck. I'm certain a lot of the plays I'm going to make are not optimal even in this video. So I really have to learn it from scratch. And just know when you're going to use our effects to do synchros and all sorts of different little things. So we're all going to learn it together. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a Pegasus. Going first. Boy's using 30 cards over there. He's also using Mind Scan. We don't really hide much though. And we get all monsters, so not much we can hide at all. We're going to start with the Mock. We're going to level AUG him right to 8. It is now live. Any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead, and we are not affected by monster effects lower than 8. So we're going to top deck a Mystical Space Typhoon, banish his Rite of Spirits, special summon our tuner. Now we're both level 4s. That means I'm going to normal summon the Sonic Meister, bring out our Harpy Lady, use our field spell. It's going to trigger our Harpy Lady, return that monster. Now Meister gains 1 by using the field spell, and then he gains 2 during the battle phase from the field spell, and we hit him with a quick OTK. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Jaden. I think my opponent misplays here, so I'm in gold, which means we're way further from the meta. People are making tons of misplays. I'm probably making some misplays with this deck too, but we'll have to see. Our boys E-Heroes searches a poly. We have 2 Max Mocks, a Whip Crosser, and our main phase manipulation of off-road Grand Prix going Neos. Uses Neo Space straight from his hand, then uses favorite hero, uses his whole hand, put his whole hand on the board, guys. Here we're going to normal summon our Mock, use our Grand Prix, we gain 1, gain 2 during the main phase, we Mystical Space Typhoon his favorite hero, then we bump up to 11 during the main phase, but not during the battle. Now he skips the battle phase, he probably saw the 3300 during the main phase, didn't really know what this archetype. It's a brand new archetype, so I mean, you know, most people don't read. So we can't do anything. I do normal summon the Whip Crosser. His effect was not live. He swings at the Mock. Gets a search of a Neos Fusion, has 2 back row. So now we get a Mystical Space Typhoon. We're going to hit our own field spell. That's going to give us a search of our tuner. We're going to gain a level with Whip Crosser. Now we're going to take that level with the Navigator. So he's down to 4. We're at 1. We normal summon another level 4. That's our Transport. Now we're going to Grand Prix. Swing right over him at 12. He didn't use Neos Fusion. He used a Poly. He has Neos Fusion in his hand. So we're at 3300, he didn't want to use the Neos Fusion in his hand for some reason. We're going to Mystical Space Typhoon, that Drowning Mirror Force. That's why he didn't want to use Neos Fusion. Now we bring out our tuner by getting rid of Transport's extra levels. That's going to enable us to normal summon our Sonic Meister. That's a Bionic Dragon. Now we're going to hit what's likely another Battle Trap down there, and he scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Mai going first. Believe it or not, this is kind of a first turn deck, even without any traps or things like that. Still a first turn deck, so this isn't a particularly good first turn hand, but we're gonna make it work. We get our Whip Cross to 7 in the main phase. we're going to Mystical Space Typhoon that Hysteric Sign, because that gives him a search of an Elegant Egotist, and it does stop his plays. Here we go to Mystical Space Typhoon as Money Slot. It was just a rest bluffed. We get to search our Grand Prix by special summoning our Auto Navigator. Now we're up to 9 and 3, so we can't really do anything with those levels, but Whip Crosser's hitting him with those effects. I don't think he can attack for 2 turns after this, yeah. So he brings out a Cyber Harpy Lady, destroys my poor little Auto Navigator of 0 attack. He can hop out from the graveyard though, so now it's a 3 and a 4. He's gonna show a Hysteric Party, throws a card away. He couldn't use it if Whip Crosser was 7. But Whip Crosser was not 7, he was put back to 4, which means he could use it, but plays right into my hands of a Black Rose Dragon. So we got Black Rose the field. That's gonna give us a search from our field spell. We're going with the Mock. He's got no cards in his hand, guys. So we go with another Whip Crosser. Use our field spell once again. Whip Crosser gains once again. Level Ogim once again. 3,300. Just one monster. What could it be? Oh, he's gonna get 2. Sorry, he gets Harpy's Last Will. Hysteric Sign's also gonna search an Elegant Egotist, but there's nothing he can do from there. He could set the Elegant Egotist. He can use the Harpy's Feather Duster. I just gotta swing the next turn, and he is done for. So we are gonna show him a Mock. I'm gonna special summon a Navigator by going to that boy. We gained so many levels, so I have nothing to do with those levels. So he gained too many levels. But this is kind of just win more. We know that's a bluff. I could just attack, so it's kind of bad manners. But just showing more plays, showing how they could both get up to 7. Now their attacks are free. Flip into defense. Totally just messing around there. I can't believe the guy stayed to the end. Great stuff though. Alright, here we are facing a Taya, old school Taya, going first. No save the map for our boy over there. Not the greatest hand in the world. So we're going to Mystical Space Typhoon, our own Circuit Grand Prix. That's gonna give us a search. We're gonna search our Mock. And then we set our Navigator, because Navigator can special summon from the graveyard. So it's an okay search. Or okay set, I should say. Now we're gonna hit his back row. It's Super Soldier Synthesis. So it's like Black Luster Soldier stuff. We normal summon our Mock, use our field spell, it gains a level. Now we're at Transport. Swing over that monster. We only gain our levels during the main phase, but we can't be destroyed by card effects. So pretty good main phase protection. Then we bring out another Mock. Navigator will reduce that Mock. He's now 2, he's 4, we get a search. That means we can bring out the Bionic Dragon, and we have a card to throw away to get rid of what is likely a Battle Trap. So then we swing over that 2k booty, hit him for 2,700, and then we'll have more fodder to return a back row. That's why he tries to set 2 back row and bluff, but still scoops nonetheless. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yami Yugi going first. This is a first turn deck, I would say, because you just want to get your Mock high level on the field and just leave him there. And that's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to bring him out, level log him, set a Mystical Space Typhoon. It's a pretty impressive card, guys. People need the graveyard. Here, our opponent sets 2 back rows, so we're going to hit the middle one. Banish a Rainbow Life. Now we have Whip Cross. Once he's 7, he wouldn't even be able to use Rainbow Life. Look at that. We destroyed our Skull Mark Ladybug. When this card is sent to the graveyard, increase your life points by 1,000. We banished him because Mock banishes anything sent to the graveyard. So he uses a Flute to bring out a Karibo. All of that banished again. Even if he brought out the Wing Karibo, he wouldn't gain his effect because he wouldn't be sent to the graveyard, guys. So here he Lava Golems. Sets a back row. We got Downforce, that's our quick play, so it's gonna increase his level now. And then next turn we can banish it from the graveyard and increase the level again. Here he does use Rainbow Life, but it's no big deal. Sets another top deck. Now we top deck our Navigator. Special summon him by reducing his levels. That gives us a search. Now this can increase his levels. It also could have been, triggered his effect to increase again, but I thought I might do a synchro. Then I just do the synchro with the Lava Golem. So he could have been level 7, which means he could make 2 attacks on monsters. But we don't need it. We got Vermilion Dragon Mech. He destroys them there. Then we normal summon our Mach, play our field spell. They each gain 1. 9, 7, 9. Way over the 6,000 life points he had. Still had over 1,000 to go. So yeah, I haven't had much time to play with this archetype. I'm obviously still learning through some of these plays. Gotta know when, and I mean, it's impossible to know what I'm fighting in gold. So with this, you kind of really gotta know what you're fighting. You gotta know when you're fighting a Blue Eyes. Gotta know when you're fighting a Luna Light. Gotta know what you're fighting so you can know whether to use Whip Crosser, whether to use Mach. Usually it's gonna be Mach. Some instances, like versus Blue Eyes, you could be Whip Crosser. Very, very complicated, so I might have to wait till I'm cog farming once again after May. We'll have to see till then. Let me know what you guys think if you're doing anything cool with this archetype. I'm sure it'll be around for a while. So thanks for watching, guys.